Hi, folks. I'm Dr. Doug, and today I'm going to be talking about the key facts that stylists should remember about clients in order to help guarantee that they will return. Before getting into those key facts, I'm going to just go down a brief tangent about why it is important to remember some of these facts. And of course, it sounds like it is just common sense that it's a good idea to remember things about people. But why is that important? It comes down to sort of an existential type of thing where each of us, every single human being in the world, has a deep need to not feel like we are alone. And you could sort of talk about the logical aspects of that, of like, it's hard for human beings to survive if they are all by themselves, whatever, but it doesn't really matter where it came from. The important thing is that that desire to resolve that, to not feel alone, is an incredibly powerful driving force for all of us. And when people remember key facts about us, or in some other way indicate that we actually exist in their mind when we're not even in front of them, that they are thinking about us, that they are reserving a part of their memory or their brain for us, that actually taps into that deep-seated need to not feel like you're alone. I'm guessing that a lot of you might not have known that it was actually such a serious thing that you were fulfilling by remembering these key facts. So let's get into them. It is extremely important to remember your client's nickname. And you may think, of course I'll remember this. You will probably not remember, at least not after just meeting with them once. So be sure to record whatever it is, however way that this person prefers to be called. If your client's name is Leonard and they prefer to be called Leo, if you call them Leonard instead, that will sort of hit into that sort of existential thing that I was talking about, where it's like, I don't actually matter to this person, is deep down inside how it hits them. Relationship status. Are they partnered or not partnered? It matters less if they're married or what the nature of that is, but it is important to remember whether there is a partner. You want to know about the kids, just generally their sort of age group, and not needing to remember their specific age or when their birthday is, or even their names or genders or anything, but just remembering that there are little kids versus teenagers versus college students versus adults. And that way you can ask sort of appropriate questions about that child. In regards to remembering their job or their profession, you don't need to be really specific about this, but again, just sort of knowing in general, like, this person works in tech, or they're a computer person, or they're a server at a restaurant, or they're a psychologist, or working in mental health. Just in general, sort of knowing what that person does for a living, super, super important, because that is a key part of so many people's identity. It would be a good idea to remember one other unusual thing, if there is an unusual thing about that person. Like, let's say maybe they're one of these people who goes all out for Christmas. They sort of do the huge light show. Like, that's sort of an unusual thing. Or maybe they, I keep thinking of Christmas examples because that's the season we're in right now. But anything else that's unusual is sort of something that you would want to remember. Having something that you need to talk about the next time you see them. And it's a continuation of the conversation that you were having. And so whatever note that you need to write down for yourself that will help jog that memory of, this person said that they're about to start a new job, or, they said that their kid's birthday was coming up that weekend and they were preparing for that birthday party. Just something that helps tie that last appointment into the next appointment. All of those facts about the person will help them to feel like you care about them, you care enough about them to let them occupy a part of your memory, that you're thinking about them outside of the times when they're sitting in your chair, and will help them to feel less lonely, which then will also make them want to come back and be, hopefully, your repeat client for life. I greatly appreciate you stopping by to watch this video. That's it for me. I'm Dr. Doug, and I will see you next time.